Hi everyone, and welcome to this week's Outcast stock market update. Going to be a quick one this week as I'm a bit rushed and travelling, and it will be hopefully a bit more detailed next week, but we're going to cover SPY, gold, oil, and probably Dixie. There's some interesting stuff going on there. So last week we said some caution needed on Thursday because there was a Fed Powell speech, and there was a lot of price movement on Thursday, which wasn't going to be too good for day trading. And we got some nice move up on Friday. This week, Tuesday the 14th, is the day to be wary of. So there's going to be CPI data released, so that's inflation related data, and that's obviously a high impact event which can move markets erratically, so just careful around New York open time. We won't be in any day trades around then. There's some events on through the week as well. 15th, there's a lot of job related statistics, so again just be careful around the 15th as the market's quite reactive at the moment to events. Okay, so let's get into it. Title of last week's video was Will SPY Bounce, and we were looking at the area down here where these two lines are, golden pocket, and I've paused this is back in time, so this is on the 2nd when we did the last video, and I covered the setup about taking a long position down here, which I'm going to press play and show you what happened, and then we'll go into why. So you can see price bounced down. This is a 4 hour, so these are each candle's a 4 hour, and through the week we got that move down into the golden pocket. A bit of a slow reaction, but then we have seen quite a nice bounce on into Friday. So I took that position as I said I would, and hopefully you took it with me. We're calling out a lot of good levels here, and that one I posted in the Discord as well, just to show proof of trade. But yeah, I can show you how if you want to know how we call out these levels, then come and join us. Discord details are below. So we'll zoom out as usual to the weekly. Again, nothing too exciting on the weekly. Stocks are crossing, but it's pretty sideways in the grand scheme of things at the moment. We'll go into the daily. Okay, and you can see the reason we took this long position here. We're waiting for this level. This is the fib pull from the low in June, pulled up to the high 618, and there was a few things lining up with this. So excuse me, this value area was a bit higher up at the time. That's moved down now. That lined up with this area. We also had I think there was a volume node in there at the time. Again, that's moved, and there was our anchored VWAP, which we don't use very often, but that also lined up right in there. So that is why I took that trade. So let's have a look at what we do now if we're in that trade. Just one thing to note first off, there is a gap there, and there's statistics on gaps getting filled sooner or later, so I'm not calling any reversals here, but we got a nice move up that we were looking for. Actually, I'll just flip back to the weekly just to talk about the structure here. So again, we covered this last week. Got a high, a low, lower high, lower low. We've got a high that took out this region here, and now we've got a potential higher low. So that's how I'm viewing this. If you remember, I said last week this was going to be a high low, looking for this is less of a bearish setup. You're looking for you're either you're really looking at this level next is key. So this is going to be anything lower than here, rejection is going to look like a lower high. If it breaks through here, that's going to be bullish. If it breaks above and closes above, that's into uptrend territory. So we're not there yet, but that's what we are looking for. All right, so we'll go back to the daily. So what are we looking at here then for for targets? So you can do a couple of things here. One is that there is a case for doing a fib pull from here and taking profit there. I'm actually taking the full fib swing. Sorry, let me just adjust that there so you can see it. To this region here. Now the point of control is pretty well defined here, so I'm actually looking for closing this trade around these levels, possibly a wick to the 618 region. That's how I'm playing it, and these fib plays we play quite a lot where we've got one pull and then you pull the reverse pull. That's kind of as far as you take it, otherwise you end up pulling fibs to infinity. But this POC region here is likely to be resistance, possible wick to here. We've got daily 200 exponential, which is sideways in this region as well, so really nice area of confluence there. And then we've got our value area high here, which is probably going to come down as price fills out in here. So lots going on at that level. At that point you've got several options. You can either take the short position there and manage risk above this level. You can you could hedge short, don't recommend that. You could fully close the trade here and wait and see if it reclaims this area and then moves up, or you could take a partial here and then hold some for higher. I'm going to close mine fully here. I'm going to watch for any reaction for short position at this level. If it goes higher, great. It needs to prove that to us. We are on high watch based on structure, as we said. So that's what I'm looking for here. We can't predict price. We don't know where it's going to go, but we can reduce our probabilities with these levels and react from them rather than try and predict. So yeah, this region around here, no trade advice. It's up to you how you play this, but that's your options there that I've covered. And just looking at the stochastics and the RSI, so we've broken the RSI EMA, good, and stocks nicely crossed up there. So yeah, all looking pretty good on SPY for a bit more continuation into next week. You never know, moves up to here Tuesday, bad news, dumps like hell, might pump, who knows. All right, so that is SPY. I'm going to move to oil. Let's go to weekly. Let's see what we can see. Okay, so last week I said on the video, again another prediction if you want to call it, I was interested in this 85 region. Now it did break, it's finally broke this, if you look at this bigger 618, that it kept bouncing off and bouncing off, finally wicked down below that into that. It was above the 85 region, but I still took that one because I did have some levels a bit higher up, so I am long. But what's interesting is that reaction has reclaimed this, or just about reclaimed this value area low here. It's still not bullish. It's still kind of in this, you could call it an accumulation type range, but that was a long I was looking for. Was hoping for it to come down lower, so I only got an initial fill on that, not my full position, but I am long. So cut the stochastics 92.2 to cross up, and price is 92.1, so we'll have to see what happens this week. But yeah, not bullish. I mean, you're under the major EMAs there, and stocks are down below RSI EMA, but this level was a quite a big pivot before, so does it come down and test it again? Possibly, but we'll have to see what produces into next week. Let's just zoom out a little bit here, so you can see, yeah, you can see the kind of rough structure within this range. That breakdown there, it's actually it's right on that value area low, so that value area low is looking quite good as a resistance there. Let's just have a look at the stocks. Yep, so we got some bullish divergence there. We got a stock cross up, so there's signs that could be some momentum to the upside. So my long position is I'm going to take some at this daily level. 21's going to move down a bit, but the daily 21's always a useful take profit. And this 618 region here is where I'm looking at to close the trade, and I'll evaluate the short position there. Reasonably clear for me that if it gets above this level here and the point of control, then you know it's bullish again. I'm not. This is a bounce play. I'm not bullish on this. It's sort of bearish to neutral, but I'm going to take that long and then look for reaction to take short from there. Okay, so that is oil. Just moving on to gold. Let's see what we got on gold. So weekly, yeah, not really telling us much there. Stocks crossed down, which isn't ever particularly great. We've got our big, let's just zoom back out again. We've got our big 618 pull still that's given us lots of bounces there. I'm just going to remove that now, and we'll move into the daily because I think that's a bit more interesting. But we are still in a big range on gold, similar-ish to oil, and gold has been massively dictated by Dixie at the moment. So let's just have a look and see what we've got on the daily. So again, I've taken a bounce play trade down here, and it's going to be a fairly quick in and out. I posted this one again in the Discord. The little fib pull here, the 61866 around sort of 1736, 1740 level. I'm happy to get out of that. There is looking a bit more downtrendy, so that is also an interesting place to take a short from. If it gets above 1760, that's a bit more bullish. If it starts to reclaim this and move up, then okay, we've got our levels above. But yeah, that's just a quick kind of scalp play for me. And again, evaluating the short. The daily 21's a bit more significant at the moment. You can see rejection there, rejection there. I didn't take profit on this because it didn't quite reach, and I was looking for the golden pocket there. So still long. Stocks are up above the RSI EMA. So yeah, again, a bit of bounce momentum there, and that'll lead us into Dixie. So yeah, if you chart these, they're pretty kind of reverse correlated on the low time frame. Although, if you look at the uptrend on this, gold's kind of been sideways range, so you could say overall it's showing some kind of strength. Now on the weekly on Dixie, this was actually quite a big rejection. We've got a new weekly level there, rejected from the midline of this channel. We'll move on to the daily, decide whether this is bearish or not. So yeah, you can see 3 days of red there. Is it bearish? No. It's not broken structure, it's not broken the 21 exponential. We do have downward stock momentum, broken the RSI EMA. Could it come down for a touch on this weekly level on the bottom of this trend line and continue? Yeah, absolutely. So this may just be a breather on the rest of the markets. We do have, just flipping back to the weekly, there is that bearish divergence present that we covered before, and that with a close below that previous weekly is going to look like a bearish divergence. Typically targets down to the 21, that would break this channel and for me probably suggest lower, but I think this, let's just zoom back in, I think this weekly level here is the one to watch at about 108. See if we get a bounce and continuation there, and fake everyone out. So that's that. Just quickly cover MicroStrategy maybe. We haven't covered this for a while. I think, as I've said to you before, this one's a bit of an investment play for me, albeit high risk. I've actually added to my spot position on this. It came down, it did break and close below the golden pocket there, and it filled this gap. So I did add more here, and it has bounced, creating a gap below. So more than likely it's going to come back down at some point. Possibly it fills the gap above first. Let's just see where. I think that's a little bit too high for the golden pocket, is it? Yeah, into here. Wick maybe rejects down, but yeah, added some spot position down here, and like a lot of stuff, stochastic momentum up. So it kind of, a lot of things look like maybe it's going to be a bit of a cool off for the dollar index for a while. Let some of the stocks breathe a bit, move on up, and we've got, on all of the ones we've covered, we've got key sort of rejection or take profit areas that we're going to watch. So let's see how all that interplays into next week. Okay, I think that's it, everyone. As I say, short one. We'll try a bit more next week. And as usual, if anyone's got any charts, I'd be really happy to look at them for you. Again, come and join us in the Discord. These setups I'm posting in there regularly, and on most of them, if you take any of these that I've covered for the last few weeks on gold or SPY, you've been nailing the levels, you will easily pay for your membership fees. So yeah, come join us. I hope you have a great trading week, and as I say, be careful with the news events on Tuesday. All right, cheers everyone.